News guys and gals, I present to you an SG Gibson guitar that stands above the rest, that the price point matches anything that you would not believe. Okay, we've got the block inlays on this beauty. We've got the Soap Bar P90 pickups. This timeless look. I think this look is just so classy, folks. I kid you not. I feel like this SG is just so classy. We got the back just black. It's the matte finish, okay? It's the matte finish. It's just classy to me, and it sounds just excellent, okay? You see, we got the Gibson there on the headstock. She's a real Gibson, folks, and it sounds just magnificent. I'm gonna show you on the. I guess we'll start on the neck pickup here. On the neck pickup here. And the way I really like to enjoy this guitar on the neck pickup is with some chug and some palm muting. Chug and palm muting. Check me out. Oh man, talk about chug a lug. We're gonna switch down to the bridge. We get a little bit more grit and clean, cut through the mix style. You know what I mean? Oh man, I got so much to say about this guitar, folks. So for those that are keeping along with me along the journey, I appreciate you. And for what I have to say about this very, very special guitar and Gibson in general, I'm going to make some notes about Gibson in general, okay? I've had many of Epiphone P90 pickup guitars. I tell you what, these are the best pickups I've ever heard for P90 wise, okay? Yes, they do have a little bit of extra hum. That's why they introduced the humbucker, to take away the hum. But if you can deal with a little bit of hum, folks, and you want that classic sound that cuts through the mix, man, these really do the job, these P90s. These are my favorite P90s I've ever heard. That's the first thing I want to mention about this. Second thing about this Gibson guitar, I don't know how to explain it into words. I'm going to try to do my best in about 15 seconds to describe to you folks. But when I put my hand around the neck of a Gibson guitar, I can feel this is a good Gibson. This is a Gibson. Like, if somebody were to give me a China guitar and I put my neck around it, I'm not going to think that. But when I put my hand around a Gibson, there's just something special about it. I can always tell it's a Gibson. The feel of the wood, the quality of the wood, the fret edges, just like everything about the guitar. Gibson is quality. I've said it in my previous video, and I'll say it again. When you buy a Gibson, you're paying for quality. It's something generational that is going to pass down through the generations. You know what I mean? You're not just paying for a guitar for a couple days, for a couple weeks, for a couple months. This is something that's going to last you. Even guitars that have been in garages, in barns, blown up, halfway, like, house fires, they're still brought back to life a lot of the time. So this is just an excellent example of like a brand new guitar, you know what I mean? It'll be interesting to see for the folks that keep up with me in my channel in the next 20 years what this guitar is going to look like. Because this is my baby right now. I'm not letting this one go. As you can see, like, yo, for my real ones, I know I have some followers out there, some subscribers. that are real with me and they always come back for my videos. I appreciate you. I just have to take a moment to tell you I appreciate you. But yo, check this out 1 second. It doesn't matter how flashy how much more flashy can I get than this, folks? How much more flashy can it get? Like, this is classy AF. Classy AF. You know what I'm talking about? How classy is that? Okay, the only negative thing I'll say about this, well, it's a negative and a positive. I'm going to make some notes about the finish of this guitar because we like to do a very thorough review as much as possible on this channel. So the thing I'll say about the matte finish, okay, we call it like a matte finish, right? Because it doesn't have a polyurethane on it. It doesn't have that thick gloss finish, right? It's kind of just a quick spray, psh, psh, done deal. That's why they're able to budget these down a little bit more in cost. Anyway, what I will say, these are more prone to damage, more prone to nicks and dents and dings. The benefit of that is, in my eyes, it's not always a negative thing. Because the way I see it, your guitar is going to build character. Anytime you bump it, anytime, a cigarette touches it, anytime you leave it in a room for too long with the humidity and, the wood fades a little bit, every little thing you do to this guitar, it's going to be showing the wood and the character of this. So as you can see right now, it doesn't have much road wear. It's like basically like it just came out of the factory. But if you watch my channel, keep up with me for the next 10, 15 years, you're going to see some wear on this guitar. I'm very picky and choosy about the guitars that I keep, folks. Very, 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 very picky and choosy about the guitars that I keep. I actually don't like P90s. Inherently, I just don't like P90 guitars, if I'm being honest with everybody here. I don't like P90 guitars. But this Gibson right here, I don't know what it is. Actually, I do know what it is. I can tell you exactly what it is about this Gibson that appeals to me. Besides the pickups, the neck profile on this one. An old friend of mine told me, he was in a band for a lot of years. I really looked up to him. And he used to always tell me that the neck profile on a neck, how the neck feels to you, that's one of the most important parts of a guitar. Because it's one of the only things you can never change. Especially on a Gibson. You see, this bolt here is just for the strap, right? But other than that, this is a set neck guitar. I've said this in my other videos and I'll say it again. This is a set neck guitar, meaning it's a one-piece neck. If this neck ever goes wahoo, goes sideways, bent to lunch, you know what I mean? There's no way of correcting it. Otherwise, you would have to, reinforce the neck, make it straight again, but you cannot swap a new neck on here like a Stratocaster. So, you gotta make sure you take care of your babies, okay? I did have a point to make there, but I think y'all are keeping up with me. For my folks that have kept along this long in the video, you know exactly what I'm saying, okay? This Gibson SG, I opened up the back, actually, matter of fact, today. Open up this back plate because I wanted to verify that the Gibson electronics were like of quality, because they call this a special, meaning that it's not the standard version, and technically you'd think the special would have lower quality electronics, etc., but it does have very high quality electronics. I've seen all the pots marked out with Gibson. They're the big Gibson pots like this, okay? And they have like a really new way of putting in the electronics nowadays. They made it really easy for the guys at the Gibson shop. Everything is outlined. Plug in here, you know what I mean? It's really easy for them. But I will say I've had a few Gibson SGs, folks, and most of the necks are chunky. They're really chunky because they aim like Slash always said back in the day, like a chunky neck. It's going to give you more sustain. It just feels better, all this and that, whatever. Honestly, if I had to say my opinion, it's because it's what they had at the time. It's what was available at the time. Times have changed. We have kind of we've never really fully reinvented the guitar. The guitar will always be the same, you know what I mean? It's 6 strings, 2 pickups, whatever you want to call them. 1 or 2 pickups, you know what I mean? A bridge, a nut, and the tuners and the neck. You know, like these fundamentals of a guitar are always going to stay the same. So there's only so much a guy can try to change on it, but it sounds just great. I'm just gonna play it again one more time as we close with this video, just because I want to, And as you're buying yourself a Gibson, looking for a Gibson, make sure you feel that neck, folks. This is a big tip here. You feel that neck all the way up and down. All the way up and down. I'm not talking just feel the neck like right here. Oh yeah, it feels good. No, I'm talking play all the way. If you don't know how to play it even, just ride your hand down the neck. It sounds weird, but it's just how it has to be. Make sure it feels comfortable for you. I've noticed over time, the more guitars I play, it's the better a neck feels to me, it just becomes more like home. It's gonna play better. You know what I mean? The notes are gonna feel easier to play, and it's not a stress on your hand. If you play a guitar that's too wide for your hand, it's like a constant stress on your muscles in your hand. So you know what I mean? You gotta take it easy on yourself. Like, what's his name? Billy Gibbons. You know, he uses like string gauge 7s, like extra light, not just extra light, but like triple extra light. So don't overwork yourself, folks. Oh man, I love y'all. It sounds like this again on the bridge pickup. This one right here. Oh man, I know my playing is not up to par right now. I've been a little bit weak on my playing lately. I've been focused on other things, I'll admit that. But that's not what this review is about, folks. This is not about me being the best player or me having the best guitar. It's just about me showing you my review on what I have today. And this is what we got, folks. I'll see you on the next one, okay? This was the Gibson SG Special 2017 Limited Edition. 2017 Limited Edition. I'll see you on the next one. Much love.